Hello and good afternoon, beautiful, amazing, wise women sisters. And we're happy full moon. We're almost at the full moon. Tomorrow will be full moon. And we're on the last day of August already. Oh my goodness, where has the time gone? We're 8 months done of this year. It just has gone so fast this year. At least it has for me. Even with everything that's been going on in the world, it's gone by really fast for me. And today I wanted to jump on, and I shared with you earlier this morning about doing a mantra, a Sanskrit mantra, and a mudra on how to that will help still your monkey mind. And the reason I want to share this with you is I recently heard a saying by someone that I follow, that I admire, Flora Ware, and she mentioned that stilling and calming the monkey mind allows us to access our magic mind. And that just really hit me. And so that's kind of the theme for this week. If you're watching the posts for this week, or some of the lives that I plan on doing this week, the theme is about stilling our minds and about creating a sacred practice. And I love doing mantras and mudras to still my mind. So who am I? Hi, I'm Priestess Tora Iresh'nai Moon, and I guide and teach women to embody the goddess within and without, so that they can be in their divine feminine power, presence, and flow, so they can shine their luminescent self, express their passionate purpose, and live and thrive. And when you do that, and when you're in that place, oh, my sister, life is amazing and beautiful and awesome and joyful. And try and think of the other adjectives that I'm feeling as I'm in that place myself, and that I would love you to be in. Strong, confident, blessed. So if those are things that appeal to you, that's what I teach, and that's what I guide you on. So if you're here watching, whether it's the live or the replay, say hello and let me know that you're on. I would love to. Or make a comment of where you're watching from. I would love that. And have you done any meditation with mantras and mudras before? We're talking mantras as in Sanskrit mantras, not just affirmation mantras. I was exposed to this type of meditation so many years ago, like mid-90s. And I was going to this meditation class up in Santa Monica, California. And we were doing these funky things with our hands and chanting and singing in this foreign language. And it just really felt right to me. And nobody took the time to explain that what we were chanting was Sanskrit mantras and what we were doing were mudras. But I fell in love with it. And I've been studying and doing mantras and mudras ever since. And I know that they have helped my life immensely. They have changed my life. And they've been part of my spiritual practice. So I want to share them with you. Now, mantra, as my good friend and yoga teacher explained, mantra means tools of the mind, and they help train our mind, and they help connect us. And one of the ways that an affirmation can be a mantra, But one of the ways that the Sanskrit mantras are different is that they're prayers. And I like to call them transformational prayers because they've transformed my life. And they can transform your life. And there have been spoken, sung, chanted for thousands of years. So when we do them, we're connecting to that mass consciousness and that energy of all those people who have chanted these mantras, these sacred prayers. And so we're getting that benefit from that, of all those people who are chanting those prayers. Some of them probably are doing them at exactly the same time we are. We just don't know it on the physical level. But on the unconscious level, we do. And I just got chills about that. Now, mudras are sacred hand gestures. And every religion, every spiritual practice uses the hand gestures. You know, the peace sign is a mudra. You know, the single bird is a mudra. You know, it conveys a meaning. But when we're talking about mudras in this sense, one of the things that I've discovered as I've worked with them, what mudras do is they hold and lock in the energy that we're creating within our bodies. So when we're chanting, and especially when you combine them with mantras, we're creating this intense energy in our bodies and in our energy field. And if we're chanting while holding a mudra, that mudra just kind of holds it in our energy field and brings it into our body even more. And we become embodied. And once we're embodied and in our body, we can't be in our body and in our minds and in our egos at the same time. So when we're embodied, or pull our attention down from our heads and our minds and down into our hearts, and especially for us women, down into our bellies and our womb and our, what I call our belly wisdom. That's where our wisdom lies. And when we pull our attention down there, we're fully in our body. Then our heart songs can sing. We can hear them. Our soul can whisper to us. The goddess can speak to us. Because now we don't have that chatter. We don't have that monkey mind chatter anymore. And doing this mantra and mudra set together has helped me. I have gone into those moments of samadhi, doing this practice, these two specifically together, of where, I've chanted the mantra and gone into that place of silence and gone into that place of no-mindedness, of nothingness, of just being. And it's beautiful. And then, of course, as soon as you notice, oh, I'm there, it goes away. But I felt those moments, and I know how powerful they are. So the mantra for stillness and connecting into our hearts and into our being embodied is really simple. Satnam. Truth is Divine's name. And that reminds us that the truth is our divine name. That we are divine. And that the truth lies within us and within our hearts. I really love this mantra. Really easy, Satnam. And you can chant it. Just Satnam, 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 Satnam. And hold on just a second, let me grab something. You have a pair of set of mala beads, or a rosary, which is a takeoff of mala beads. You can chant this each time you do a bead, Satnam, 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 and do a full mala. Or you can do what I like to do, and I like to sing my mantras. And for the mudra, it's a really simple mudra. And it's one you might have found yourself doing naturally when you're stressed or when you need to find that quiet within yourself. It's really simple. Just left hand facing up, slightly cupped. You don't want it flat. You don't want it this way, just slightly cupped. And the right hand, same thing, only it's facing down, and they're touching. And you don't want them flat, squished together. You want that space in between. And that space in between is that space in you. There's a representation of that space within you. And your fingertips of your right hand are lightly on your pulse points of your left, and the same with your left hand. And I'm holding it up high so that you can see it. Normally it's right about heart level. Or if your shoulders and arms get tired, you can drop it down to your belly and to your womb. That is Rachel Jane Groover calls it your womb space, your heart, your home space. And as you do this, and you can close your eyes or open them, either one. If you like staring at a candle, you can do that. And then, hopefully you can hear this. Then you can sing or chant the mantra. Satnam, 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 Satnam. And you want to do that and chant or sing that for at least 3 minutes. And that 3 minutes gets that energy flowing in our bodies. And if you can do it longer, 9 is even better, 9 minutes. Or anything in the multiple of 3. And then when you stop, when you've done your chanting, you can continue holding the mudra and just be in that energy, in that silence, in that stillness. And when you're there, just paying attention to the thoughts, images, smells, sounds that come to you. And all of those are ways that your spirit, your soul, your guardians, your guides, the goddess speak to you. Some people are clear. I can never remember the one for the nose. They smell. Like my niece smells things. Fire sometimes, roses, popcorn. When her guardians and her spirit guides are near her. Some people are clairvoyant and they see images. Some people are clairaudient and will hear sounds. They'll hear voices. They might hear music. They might hear the sound of tinkling bells. Some people are clairsentient, so they'll feel something. They'll feel something in their hearts or in their bodies. Or I'm claircognizant. So I have thoughts that come up, and concepts and knowings, just knowings. So listen to those and pay attention to those, because once you're in that quiet space, any of those thoughts that you may have are not the monkey mind. And as you practice this, you can tell the difference of when it's the monkey mind and the ego chattering at you, and when it's your soul and your guides and Goddess speaking to you. It's quieter. It's softer. It can be complete thoughts, such as, I was in meditation Sunday morning and started getting like all these ideas downloaded of things to talk about and share with you on sacred practices. That was not my monkey mind, because your monkey mind is the one that's going, you should be doing this and this and this and this instead of doing what you're doing. This is really stupid. What are you getting out of this? You're just wasting your time just sitting here. Well, I really should be doing my dishes. That's monkey mind. But when you're seeing, when you're hearing, and the thoughts that come through are, you've been thinking about your business, you've got a business. And all of a sudden you're getting thoughts about a program to offer. That's not the monkey mind. That's your soul speaking to you. Or you've been worried about your family, or a problem with your relationship. And in this place of silence, in this moment of stillness, you get the thought or the image of doing something nice for your loved one, giving them a rose, sticking a love note in their lunch. That isn't your monkey mind. That's your heart. That's your soul speaking to you. And when we quiet, we can hear those messages, because they're not shouting at us. Sometimes they do. I've had that experience. Sometimes they shout at us to get our attention. But when we're really listening, it's calm, it's peaceful, it's beautiful. And that's one of the ways that we can tell whether that message that we're receiving is coming from deep within, that's coming from Source, that's coming from Goddess, or if it's coming from our egos. Because when it's coming from our egos and the monkey brain and that inner critic, it's going to be harsh. It's going to be hateful. It's going to be degrading even. All that self-talk before you're beating yourself up, that's all monkey mind. That's not you. So if you hope this helps you in understanding when it's monkey mind and when it's soul and spirit and God is speaking to you. And that's all I have for you today. It's just checking in and seeing if the Goddess wanted me to share anything else about this. Please share in the comments after you've watched this and after you've done this meditation practice a few times. How does it make you feel? And do you notice and sense that place of calmness and clarity and stillness in you? One of the things I want to add about the mudras is, after you've been doing this for a while, anytime you feel your mind's just you can do this mudra. And now you have that energetic muscle memory that when you do this mudra, it will drop you in almost instantly into that place of stillness. And when you do any of the mudras, that's one of the things that they will do, is help you connect to that energy instantly after you've practiced them. The first time you do it, probably not. After you've done it multiple times, then anytime you need that energy, you're in a meeting and things are just going wacko, and you just need to connect to yourself and into your stillness, you can do this on your lap underneath the table. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. So I hope this helps you and brings you that stillness that you need to listen to your heart songs. Listen to the guidance of the goddess. And if you need help in getting still, and if you feel like you need help with receiving a message from the goddess, I do individual goddess messages. And if you would like one, you can either DM me or go to my website, wisewomanalchemy.com/goddess-guidance, and you can find out more information on the goddess messages and how you can work with me on getting the guidance that you need in your path. May you dance with the goddess in love and joy. And I'll see you in the next video. All my love to you. Bye.